So I had a good plan to move to Manchester and get some stuff done, come back, then move out again. But again, people don't seem to be able to do what they're supposed to. Me, I'm not able to have any money. I'm not able to go to work, not getting any social security, not getting any cash benefits. So there's nothing I can actually do to make money that's legal. I have an income of zero, and I'm not going to break the law to change that. So that is something out of my control right now, is I'm going to have $0 for years now. That's not going to change. $0 until the government or somebody else decides to approve something. There's nothing, I mean, I can go to work as soon as the doctors do something, so that would be good. That would be nice. But I have $0. I had some money, $100 last month, but my roommate, once again, who has an income, wasted all his money going on spending sprees, overdrafting his account. Then the state, to stay in this apartment, they needed him to do a couple things that were cheap, and he didn't have the money to do it. So they were going to have the sheriff at his door for this, and they were going to cut off his electric for that. Well, for me to continue with my plans for September, I can't be thrown out in the month before that, August. So I was like, David, this didn't have to happen. We were all set all the way to September. Now you screwed up this, you screwed up this, then that. And my father's screwing with my doctor. He screwed up a way, way long time ago. So anywhere I go in the country, doctors are going to be difficult. Well, how about Social Security? That's going to take more time than anybody else with my shit going on, with my I shouldn't say biological, my father, who is part of my adoption. He made a lot of choices that makes that difficult. But I have $0, David. That's not going to change. But you have money, and you're still screwing up your money. You have the money to pay and he's just screwing up with the bank. He's screwing up over here, screwing up over here, taking out credit cards over here, not paying this, paying that, doing here, shopping there. So, yeah, there is no way for me to even get bus tickets. So I'm just trapped here like a dog. So my plan now is to walk off into the sunset with no clothing, no medication, no way to survive, no paperwork saying that I have doctors. Can't carry that much on my back. I don't have the intestines. If I could carry all that shit, I would be at work right now. I was just hoping to get it down a flight of stairs and rip open my GI in the process, have somebody lift it into their truck, and then go to the bus station, go from the bus station down to Manchester, go from Manchester into a taxi, then a taxi into a storage unit, then from the storage unit, spend my sweet-ass time going to some other locations, a hospital, a couple shelters, swing back here to get David, bring him to the storage unit, get him into a shelter. But all that has fallen apart because David is the one with the money now. My father, he's taken all my Social Security money, so he's the one who got to keep my Social Security money. He's the one that created the Social Security case, and there's no way for me to prove a bunch of made-up illnesses that my adopted father and mother made up. So the only thing I can collect Social Security for is my actual illnesses, which are, oh my God, and it's impossible to deal with doctors when they're weaponized. What every doctor I'll ever go to is going to be weaponized as soon as they get any releases signed, as soon as they see anything from Social Security in the past. My father's the only person that ever collected from Social Security, by the way. I've never, ever had a dime from them. I still don't want anything to do with them. As soon as you try to get Social Security, you are fucking doomed. You will never be able to really just work your way up to a good level. See, I like entrepreneurship. Oh my God, I've said this word a million times. See, as I have more head injuries, I'm having more and more problems with my speech. See, I couldn't even say the word problem there. And it's part of my neurological disorder. It's why at age 7, they did speech therapy, because all of a sudden I was having problems. And it's not, I can form these words just fine. Like I'm saying the word right now in my head. Entrepreneurial ship. What's so hard about saying that out loud? Anyways, entrepreneurship. I can say that in my head real quick, easily. Boom, 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 boom. I can form the whole sentence, move on to the next thought, and the next thought, and the next thought. But when I try to connect it to my nervous system to say it out loud for you people, boy, my nervous system hurts in the spine right here. Right, and it goes right down the neck into the spine. And a lot of times when I'm sending the signal, it's just in my neck. And I get spasms in the leg, arms, even from speaking at times. You'll see me have a quick spasm when trying to speak at times, and it's not fun. Now, was I born with this? Absolutely not. Would have I had this if I never met the Newell family? Nope. I would have gone through life probably, living in an orphanage, working at a job, but I would have had my physical health. I would be healthy. I would be hyper and healthy. Instead, I get to die at the age of 40 or even younger, and I'm not ever allowed to have a job, medical care, Social Security, use a shelter, or use anything a normal people get until this is fixed. Because my mother killed herself, she's dead, while just building a whole knot of issues. And because I was living, out in the woods, homeless, and I got a call that one of the 5 clients I used to help while homeless, and what I mean by clients is people who are falling between the cracks. I'm doing nothing but cleaning their dishes, working with their doctors, talking to their management, doing safety checks, checking to make sure they're meeting with their doctors, cleaning up their apartments, things like that. But one of these 5 people who need me to do stuff like that has an apartment available. They are having a lot of problems with needing repairs of their apartment and a roommate who's refusing to pay rent. I come up, and wouldn't you know that this client who has fallen between the cracks is completely gonzo. He's senile. He's 84. He's a sex offender. He's trying to hump people who are bleeding on the floor. He's just completely dangerous to himself and others. He has a landlord taking advantage of this state by trying to just make up stories about, oh, the tenants are destroying my apartment. Meanwhile, he has like 20 years of damage on the outside of the building that everybody can see. He's been allowing water to come in from damage on the outside of the building for years. He's had pipe issues for over 15 years, and now just suddenly 15 years later, oh, the tenants are rotting out my pipes. So because you got a senile old man going, I got mold growing in my brain. When I talk about mold, actual mold inhalation, and how certain levels of black mold can be dangerous, and that we have pounds of it that can fill up a dumpster, what I actually show on pictures, and I show doctor reports, and I show what the experts have told about these pictures, and I take our pictures of the building and compare them to other cases. Nobody wants to look at that because I got a 84-year-old talking stupid. I have a funny voice. I can barely walk. My hand can't stay still enough to write. So they don't even look at the case. And the landlord is laughing his ass to the bank as he hurts more people. Yes, we're not the first person to get hurt in this building. We got tenants downstairs who have just rotated. They don't even stay more than a year and a half. None of them do. Nobody stays more than 2 years in the apartment below us, and nobody will ever stay long in this apartment. And even if they paint over and hide it all, people will still get sick.